What is going on, everybody? It's Steven here and welcome back to another Chinese smartphone review. Now today we're going to have a look at the Cubot S350 from geekbuying.com. Now this smartphone is a $130 smartphone with the MTK 6582, so the older chipset, but it comes with 2GB of RAM, an amazing display, and the design is also pretty cool because it's a pretty slim smartphone. As always, a link to the seller is down below in the description, so feel free to check it out if you want to. And I would say let's get started and let's have a look at the smartphone. Now first of all, let's have a look at the specs of the smartphone. Now the Cubot S350 is available in white and black. It comes with a 5.5-inch HD display, it's IPS and OGS, and I have to say the color saturation is one of the best one I've ever seen on a China phone. It just looks like a super AMOLED display, so it's really great. Now the chipset is the MTK 6582, so it's not a 64-bit smartphone, it's a 32-bit quad-core running at 1.3 GHz. Now I know that the 64-bit systems are quite popular right now, but they also have a lot of problems like the rear camera is not working or very blurry, and they still have troubles with implementing the drivers, so yeah. Currently the 64-bit smartphones are not that good, but they will be improved with software updates. It's running Android KitKat straight off the box. Comes with 2G, 3G, you can see the frequencies right over here. There's no 4G LTE. It comes with 2GB of RAM, which is not quite common for the MTK 6582, because usually the MTK 6582 comes with 1GB of RAM. But yeah, to improve multitasking, they have just added 1GB of RAM, and also it comes with 16GB of ROM. And all the specs are real because Cubot is a real good Chinese brand, and they don't fake any specs. Now just the camera could be interpolated, so it says here 30 megapixels, and I'm not quite sure if it's true, and also 8 megapixel front-facing camera sounds too good to be true. But let's get started, let's have a look at the smartphone to see if the specs are true. And as always, I did a quick unboxing for you, so everything you can see here on the desk is included. First of all, the charger, and it just looks like a copy from the iPhone 5 or 4 charger, so I'm not quite familiar with iOS devices, but my girlfriend has the iPhone 4 and the charger looks exactly the same. And yeah, I guess it's also the same, just with a different logo, because yeah, it looks very similar. It's a 5-watt charger, actually nothing special. Then also included is a charging cable. This one now looks like the charging cable from the Galaxy S4, S5. So they have all the same charging cable. And also this one here looks very similar. Comes with the Cubot logo. Then here we have a flip cover, and sorry, but I have to say the flip cover is just crap because it's taped here to the transparent back cover, so that's actually to protect the smartphone, and then the flip cover is just taped on there. And when I did the unboxing, I didn't see this, so I just pulled it off, and now you can see there's still something left here on the tape. I would have to apply some new tape. And yeah, all in all, the flip cover comes with a window, but it doesn't support something like S-View. So there's no APK, which actually just, for instance, shuts off a part of the display and displays your notifications. So it just shows you the clock, which you can also see when you don't have a flip cover. And yeah, as you can see, you would have to apply some new tape, or at least I would have to apply some new tape, and I'm not really a fan of those glued flip covers. So I really like all-in-one flip covers, just like the Galaxy Note 4 flip covers. Then here also a screen protector is included. It's just a normal one, so not a tempered glass screen protector, but also comes here with a microfiber cloth to clean the display. And a quick starter guide by Cubot is included. And what I really like about Cubot is that they care about the customer, so they include a user manual, which is not in Chinese, so this one here is full in English, and it also comes with pictures which are phone related, so not just some sample pictures from other phones, and this is really great. So if you're not familiar to Android phones, have a look at the user manual, but I will just probably throw it away or just put it back into the box. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, then let's just have a look at the Cubot S350 from geekbuying.com. Now, I really like the design of the smartphone. It's designed to be slim, but also look very good. Now, the backlight of the capacitive touch buttons at the bottom is very nice. They are currently off, but you can see they also illuminate a bit when they're off. And there is also backlight. It's a bit blue and looks absolutely great. Now, the display is completely black when it's turned off. That's also something I really like. And what I also really like is that it's very handy for a 5.5-inch smartphone. Then if you have a look at the display, you can see it's very glossy, so we have a lot of reflections on the surface here. But the viewing angles of the display are one of the best ones I've ever seen. Just have a look at the display, at the colors, the sharpness. It's just a 720p display. But the best one I've ever seen on a China phone under $300, because have a look at the colors here. They look very natural, they have a very good saturation. It just looks like on a Super AMOLED display. Really great. Then here at the bottom you have capacitive touch buttons. So we have here a menu button, a home button and a back button. And luckily they have backlight, because a lot of Chinese smartphones now come with touch buttons without backlight, and that's something I absolutely don't like. Now let's have a look at the back side. Now the back side is black and it comes with the Cubot logo, feels very smooth. Above the Cubot logo you have the LED flash, which is not too bright in my opinion. Then above the LED flash there's the rear camera, and yeah, the lens looks pretty good, and also the pictures, as you will see later, are not that bad. Then we have a 3.5mm headphone jack at the top and the USB port, so to charge it or to connect it to the computer, also placed at the top side. I like it a bit more at the bottom, but yeah, that's it. Now the whole smartphone is just about less than 8mm thick, so the biggest point is the camera with 8.2mm. At the bottom here you have the speaker, so you can see the speaker grid, and also here's a little slot here to remove the back cover with your fingernail. Pretty easy to do, you can replace the battery, and we'll just have a look at this in a couple of seconds. But yeah, all in all, I really like the design. At the top here you have the front facing camera, a couple of sensors like light and proximity sensor, and the speaker. All in all, the main focus is on a slim smartphone. It should be cheap and come with a nice display. And yeah, they did a pretty good job. Then here's just a quick comparison to my real Galaxy Note 4, and you can see the viewing angles of the display, the colors look almost the same, so the display very good, and also it's just a bit thinner than the Galaxy Note 4, so actually in my opinion the smartphone is pretty thin and looks very good. Then let's have a quick look at the smartphone with the flip cover, and then let's open it up and let's see how it looks from the inside. Now yeah, the flip cover just acts like a normal cover. There is no Hall sensor or something in the smartphone which would trigger something like the S-View application, so it would shut off a part of the display. No, it's just a normal cover, and in my opinion that could be better with something like a clock face like on the LG G3, or maybe just like on the Galaxy S4, S5 or on the Galaxy Note 4. Alrighty, then let's have a look at the smartphone from the inside. Now to have a look at it we have to remove the back cover, and you can easily remove it with your fingers, so you can see it comes off, and it's a plastic back cover without any antennas. So no NFC, no wireless charging, and this phone is very basic, doesn't come with MTK's hot knot, so yeah, just the basic things. Then in there you can see the battery. Battery looks quite good, and it's a very slim battery to keep the whole phone slim. Here you can see the sticker, model number, once again the frequencies. Just make sure that those frequencies you can see here match up with the frequencies which your provider is using in your country. You can see here on the sticker 2 IMEIs because it's a dual SIM, dual standby device. You can insert 2 SIM cards at the top, as you can see. Then let's have a look here at the slots, and it's a all-in-one slot. Now you can insert here 2 SIM cards, and you have to insert a big SIM card for SIM card slot 1. It's under the TF card slot and the SIM card slot 2, and in my opinion those SIM card slots are not really good. So I prefer 2 separate SIM card slots and 1 TF card slot, but yeah, my personal opinion. Then we have here the LED flash and also the rear camera. In my opinion that looks quite good. At the top a 3.5mm headphone connector and also a antenna, I guess 3G antenna. At the bottom the speaker and GSM antenna, so yeah, looks quite okay in my opinion. Then here you can see the battery of the Cubot S350. It comes with a serial number, the production date is January 2015, and it's a lithium-ion battery pack, a very slim one, and the capacity should be 2350 mAh. Now the battery is very thin, so probably the battery has less capacity than the capacity you can see under, but it's also quite big, so I'm really not sure. But I guess 2000 mAh should be at least in there. And also I could easily get through one day, and it's a quite big battery but very slim to keep the whole phone slim. All in all, battery lifetime is good. It's about 1 day, and if you don't use it all the time, also a bit more. Okay guys, I've now turned on the smartphone, here it is, and I'm still very impressed by the display, so the colors look so great, and also quite sharp for a 720p display. Now, I'm not really sure if it's Gorilla Glass or something, but it's quite scratch resistant, and also there's a screen protector included, so use it. Then let me quickly show you the backlight of the touch buttons. And I have to say it looks really great. Now when it's bright you don't see it at all, but it's a slight blue backlight and it looks absolutely great when it's dark. But yeah, let me switch on the light back again, and there we go. Now first of all, let's go to the settings and let's see on which Android version the phone is running. So straight out of the box it should be KitKat, and they haven't told me anything about Lollipop update, but I guess no, or at least not before August. Then here you can see it's running on KitKat, so that's pretty good. It also comes with a wireless update, which is working. Here you can once again see the model number, so it's definitely the S350. Currently checking for updates. Okay, your system is currently up to date, so that looks pretty good. And there was a wireless update when I unpacked it, so it doesn't come quite up to date to you. Then here we have Wi-Fi, so let's have a look at the Wi-Fi signal. And I'm connected here. Signal strength looks pretty good. And for instance, on my Galaxy Note 4 I got excellent and a link speed of 140 Mbits, so it's a bit faster, but Wi-Fi is definitely working on the Cubot S350. Then it also comes with Bluetooth, but the only bad thing, there is no NFC, there is no MTK's hotnod, so you just have the basic things like Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and that's basically it. Then let's have a look at storage, because this phone should actually come with 16 GB. And many China phones come with 2 partitions on KitKat, which I don't really like. But this one here looks pretty good. You can choose the default write disk. It's currently on SD card. I have in here a 8 GB SD card. And at the bottom you can see it just comes with 1 partition, so 1 big phone storage partition. You don't have to mess around with this. So you can definitely use all the space for apps, and that's pretty great. Then let's go back here. Let's have a look at the battery stats. And yeah, currently 11 hours on battery. Now that's not really true because I haven't charged it to 100%. But I can definitely tell you in my tests, I was possible to use it all day long, so one day. And if you don't use it all the time, so I have also used GPS and all that crap. But if you don't use GPS, for instance, if you just use it like a casual smartphone user, then you should easily come through one day and maybe 1.5. And let's have a look at running apps in the background. This is also quite important to see the RAM consumption of the ROM. And this looks absolutely great. Now the ROM with some background applications only consumes 370 megabytes. That's very close to Android open source project, and the ROM is very good optimized. Now Cubot did a really good job here on the ROM, no chunk, no bloatware. I just have some Chinese apps on there because I rooted the smartphone with iRoot. And iRoot always installs some strange application to use the ADB connection, and you definitely should uninstall the app, but I was too lazy to do that. Then here you can see language and input, and you can set it to every language which is natively supported by Android. And yeah, as always, the translation will not be 100%, so some words will remain in English, and you have to deal with it, so there's no way around it. Then here you can see, once again, a screen looks absolutely great. That's really cool. Here at the top we have notifications. We can also have a quick look at the quick toggles. And yeah, we just have in here the basic things like Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, GPS, and also Mirrorcast at the top, so screen mirroring. But that's basically it. All in all, the phone doesn't come with too many features. Then now let's have a look at all the basic features of the smartphone, like doing calls, messaging. And the phone really works almost in every country, maybe not USA, but you just have to have a look at the frequencies. Now, in many countries it works. Here in my country without a problem. You can see I can do a call. Maybe sometimes you get the roaming message, but you can disable that in the settings. Now here you can hear the speaker quality, and it's very loud, but yeah, quality doesn't sound too good. It oversteers a bit here at maximum volume, but yeah, quite okay. And also the proximity sensor is working to shut off the display when you're doing a call, so that's pretty good. Now let's hang up the call and let's have a look at the messaging application. I just want to tell you how it feels to type on the smartphone, because on a lot of Chinese smartphones, typing on the smartphone doesn't feel good at all because they have a very cheap vibration feedback, and the vibration feedback of this one here feels pretty good. The vibration motor is placed at the bottom of the phone and yeah, gives you pretty good feedback, not too strong, but also doesn't feel really crappy at all. Now yeah, I'm very satisfied with it. It's a 5-point capacitive touchscreen, so you should have no ghost touches, and also didn't experience any ghost touches on the smartphone. Here at the browser, I'm currently connected to Wi-Fi, and yeah, browsing on the smartphone, not a problem at all. And also the 2 GB of RAM of the smartphone should give you the ability to open up many tabs at the same time. Then here you can see apps and widgets, so it comes with the cute MTK weather widget. It's a little sheep and yeah, it looks absolutely cute. It's just available on MTK phones for some strange reason. And here we can see apps, and the first important app here is the camera application. So I would say let's go outside and let's do a quick camera test. Alrighty guys, we're now here outside in my garden and let's do a quick camera test. And I have to say the pictures in preview look a bit blurry, but when you do a shot then they look absolutely great. The autofocus could be a bit faster, but definitely okay. It's the standard MTK camera app, lighting adjustment works, camera is not laggy, and I will leave some sample pictures down below in the description so you can download them, raw pictures, and have a look at them. Okay, low power, you cannot use the flash, so it also shouldn't be necessary because we have enough light. Then here we have video mode, and yeah, for some reason it sometimes takes a long time when you switch to video mode or when you save the video. Also when the files are not too big, sometimes it was just like 50 seconds saving the clip. And yeah, focus also working here in video mode, and you can see the video camera is also not laggy, because on some cheap China phones the video camera can get really laggy. Okay, it's now saving. Then let's have a look here at the front facing camera, and it's a bit wide angle and looks definitely better than on any Chinese clone like S4 clone, Note 4 clone. So a bit wide angle, not zoomed in, and looks absolutely good. Then let's go back here to the normal camera, and at the left side we have, as always, several effects like panorama, HDR, color effects, whatever. Then we can also have a quick look at the settings to have a look at the resolution. And we have here the default settings like anti-flicker, ISO. Here we have the camera settings like the picture size, and you can see there's a huge jump from 8 to 30 megapixels. So I guess it's probably interpolated from 8 to 13, because in full screen mode you only have a picture size of 8 megapixels. But all in all, I will keep some samples down below in the description, so just download them and check them out. Okay guys, so that was a little camera test outside. Then now let's go back here to the menu and let's check out the other remaining apps. And it comes with a FM radio, but you have to connect a headset as antenna, and there is no headset included unfortunately, so you have to bring your own. Then let's have a look here at the second page, and it comes with all the Google apps pre-installed, Google Maps, Google+, also the latest version of the Google Play Store to download apps, games, or whatever you want to. So we can have a quick look at the Play Store to see if it's working. And yeah, I already downloaded some apps, as you can see, and it works perfectly nice. It's the latest version. You will not get unsupported phones, so this is a fully working Android KitKat phone from China. Then let's have a look at the other crap here, and maybe the only important thing is probably Super User, so you can root the smartphone with iRoot, but you should definitely replace Super User with Super SU, because the Chinese Super User is not that good in my opinion. Then let's quickly test the LED flash, and there we go. And the LED looks pretty good. Now, cheap LEDs look very yellow, but this one here, as you can see, it's very bright and white. Now, maybe not the best thing if it's completely dark to take photos, but probably if you need to search something like car keys or whatever, then it's a pretty good thing. So, oh, what the fuck is happening with my lights? I think, okay, now it works. But yeah, that's the LED flash of the Cubot S350. Then let's deactivate it and let's have a look at the remaining apps. But I think that's basically it, and the other apps were just pre-installed, like wireless update, YouTube, or whatever. Alrighty guys, so as you can see, the smartphone doesn't come with any junk pre-installed. What I really appreciate about Cubot, they have a very clean ROM. All in all, the smartphone is quite snappy. It's a MTK 6582 quad-core, so not 64-bit, but with 2 GB of RAM, it's also quite fast and more than enough for the most users. Alright, then I would say let's do a quick GPS test, and then you will also see some benchmarks, and then you will hear my conclusion about the smartphone. Alrighty guys, now here's a quick front-facing camera test on the Cubot S350, and I'm currently driving around, so it's absolutely not laggy or something, as you can see. In my opinion, it just could be a bit more wide angle, but face detection, lighting adjustment, everything here works pretty good. And the resolution is okay, could be a bit more sharp in my opinion. I just had to set the exposure to +2 because it's a bit dark today, so a bit cloudy, and yeah, the lens doesn't catch too many lights, so maybe you have to play around with the exposure, but as you can see, just check for yourself how it looks like, and it's pretty good in my opinion, but it could be a bit more wide angle. Okay guys, now here's a quick video test on the Cubot S350, and it looks quite okay. As you can see, lighting adjustment works really good. There's just sometimes a problem with the tab autofocus, so sometimes it's not focusing, but yeah, now it works, so it's a really strange bug. Sometimes it just stays blurry even though you try to focus when you tap on the screen. Now you can see the LED flash is currently on, so you can see it here in the reflection. You can also deactivate this feature here. And yeah, close-ups look very good. They are very sharp, but the color saturation doesn't look too good, so it could be better. I have seen some better cameras. Then, if we have a look here at some long-range objects, then you can see that it looks sharp up to, I don't know, 50, 70 meters, but then it gets quite blurry. And yeah, that indicates the camera is not too good, because on some other China phones, like the EQ E04 for instance, which you will see tomorrow or probably today, you can see that also looks very sharp in the distance. But here on this one it gets a bit blurry in the distance. But all in all, it looks quite okay here on the Cubot S350. then I would say let's go and let's take it for a short ride in my car to see how it can deal with fast-moving objects. So there we go, guys. Okay guys, now here's a quick GPS test with the GPS test application. And I'm currently driving around and we have a 3D fix, accuracy of 7 feet. The signal bars are jumping between 20, 30 and 40, so the signal level is pretty good. But in order to get a good GPS signal, you should do the GPS fix first. So as soon as you get the smartphone, root it, download the latest EPO files and rewrite the GPS config to your country. And once you do that, then you can see the signal is very good, 8 feet of accuracy and very high signal bars. Now the maximum I get on my Galaxy Note 4, for instance, which has very good GPS, is something like 40 to 45. And here we are at 30 to 40, which is actually pretty good too, and very nice for a $150 smartphone. Also a quick GPS test with Sidechick navigation. And it's a offline map navigation, so you don't need internet for this. Pretty cool, but after the trial you have to pay. But it's a very good app. Anyways, GPS here on the Cubot, as you can see, really good working. I'm always on the road. It doesn't show me off the road or something. But yeah, as I've said before, do the GPS fix. It really helps a lot to find a faster fix. Now, it finds a fix after 3 or 5 seconds, so that's pretty fast for a China phone. And GPS is perfectly working here. Okay guys, so we're now here at the end of this video, and I have to say the Cubot S350 from geekbuying.com is definitely a nice smartphone. It's not a 64-bit smartphone, but that's also good in some way, because 64-bit smartphones currently have a lot of problems with camera, so front-facing camera, rear camera. Some also lie about the sensors, so they say they use a Sony sensor, then they use some OmniVision sensor. Yeah, really crazy. And also they promised Lollipop updates. But Lollipop updates won't be released until June, I think, so this was the official statement from MediaTek, and you really have to wait a lot until you have some stable Lollipop releases and not some crappy build from some Chinese companies. Okay guys, so the Cubot, definitely nothing wrong about the smartphone. Slim design, absolutely amazing display, colors look very great. Maybe not the fastest one because it's the MTK 6582, so you can see in GTA there were some lags, but yeah, I don't really care about this, so I'm not a really heavy gamer here on Android. The link is down below in the description, also probably a coupon code, so check it out guys. Now, if you can get this under $130, it's definitely worth the money. Thank you so much for watching, have a nice day, and bye bye.